In this video we're going to find 5 different ways to cool down your PS5. 2 ways which is completely free and you can do it right now, and the other 3 you might need to spend a bit of cash. Otherwise your PS5 might turn off randomly in the middle of a game. I know that feeling. Step number 1, to clean your PS5. I know guys, you're probably leaving your PS5 in an area which collects a lot of dust, and your PS5 might not have enough air to breathe. And this is why you should open the panels and give it a good clean, a good wipe, and probably invest into an air blower. By simply removing the panels, giving a good wipe, the panels are quite easy to remove. You just have to pull and lift the panels towards you and you'll be able to remove it quite easily. Give it a good wipe, invest into an air blower or a screwdriver to open the fan. If you're not confident doing it, just invest into an air blower or try to brush off all the dust out of the fan. That should be quite easy to do and it will help your PS5 breathe a lot better. I know if you've seen my other videos, I use an air can duster. The air can dusters are quite expensive. I would recommend get you an air blower. This air blower, I got it on TikTok in a TikTok shop. I will leave a link in the description. And that thing is super powerful and super good to use. I recommend it. I do get some commission out of this link. Obviously, if you want to support my channel, thank you. Step number 2, and this is probably the best way to cool down your PS5 of all the different techniques on this video. And it's just to remove the side panels. On the PS5, your fans is literally directly here on each side. Problem with the original panels, the white ones, which does look amazing and that's the best ones, unfortunately doesn't help the fan to breathe. And by simply removing the side panels, the airflow can be so much easier because you can go from one side of the PS5 to the other quite easily. And this is why I pretty much have my PS5 at all time with no panels. Yes, it does not look as good. Or if you don't like it with no panels, you can order these panels. I think a website, I can't remember the website, but I will leave the link in the descriptions, where you got space to breathe. The fans have space to breathe and you will have a better airflow around the PS5. Step number 3 is to add extra fans at the bottom of the PS5 and behind. These fans will send to me for free by Kiwi Home. I'm not sponsored, they don't know what I'm going to say on that video. I'm literally going to publish that video before they even see the video. But these fans are quite good. Not only come with 3 different fans to cool down your PS5 at the back, but also have an extra USB stick to replace the USB you're using to cool down your PS5. You simply put it at the back of the PS5 and these 3 fans, as soon as you turn it on, will cool down the PS5, will help the airflow, and it will stop that PS5 to turn off randomly when you're mid of the game. If that wasn't good enough, you do have one from the bottom. And to be honest, I think the bottom one is probably the most important one, because if you have your PS5 standing up, the power bank of the PS5 is at the bottom of the PS5. Which means this is the hottest part of the PS5. It's warm, it's really hot. If you play for long hours or long sessions, you will know if you touch the bottom of the PS5, that's probably the hottest part of the whole PS5. And this is why you invest into this one. Again, you charge it with a USB, and it does have extra USB at the bottom to be able to replace the USBs you use for the fan. It does come with some RGB lighting, obviously if you're into that kind of thing, and you also come with a tray to put your games on. Again, if you don't like the tray, if you all just buy digital games, you can close it and just have this at the bottom of the PS5. If you have 2 controllers, you can put your controllers on top of here to charge them at the same time as you play. If you don't, you can close it and you have it nice. The only thing I don't really like, these are quite bulky and you can use smaller ones, but Kiwi Home sent me this one and I do think it's slightly bulky, but it does fit the normal PS5 and the PS5 Slim. I will leave the link in the description underneath. But if you do get these 2 accessories, that's an extra, what, 6 fans, 5 fans? I can't do maths. That's an extra 5 fans you can add on your PS5 to cool down that PS5, and it genuinely does make a difference. In my previous video, which I explained how to cool down your PS5, I did use another brand. This is another brand which is a bit slimmer to cool down your PS5. The only problem is, because it's slimmer, it got smaller fans, and it's only got 2 fans on this one. I do recommend to have the bigger fans, because if it's bigger fans, it got better airflow into it. But it's whatever you prefer. Step 4 to cool down your PS5 is to move away your PS5 from a wall, from areas where the PS5 is struggling to breathe. It's important I leave mine in the corner at the bottom left of my desk, which is not the best place. is on a hot carpet, the carpet suffocating the PS5.
Suffocating? Suffocate?
Somebody correct me in the comment section, please. But it's struggling to get some airflows. And that's why when it gets to the summer, I like to have my PS5 on top of my desk where you have a lot more airflows going in and out that PS5 to cool down that PS5. Having a place when it's not too close to a wall, it's not on some hot carpet like I do, have it on a nice wooden, or if you have tiles, if you have tiles or a cold floor, that's probably the best place to place your PS5. If not, try to invest into a place where you can have some decent airflows, away from the wall, away from a place where it's struggling to breathe the PS5. Step number 5 to cool down your PS5 is actually to lay down your PS5. Like I said in the beginning of the video, the hottest part of your PS5 is at the bottom. You place your PS5 standing up, that air at the bottom cannot cool it down. As much as you can put an extra fan at the bottom, but if you can't afford to have an extra fan at the bottom, this is what I would suggest, is to put it laid down. Now you have a way better airflow at the bottom of the PS5, and that will generally help. I've been owning my PS5 for the last 3-4 years now, and every summers is a hot topic for me. And with these 5 techniques, it helped me to cool down the PS5 a lot more better. If you learned something, if you enjoyed this video, if you found anything helpful, and if you did buy a product, I suggest it underneath. Thank you. Drop a like, drop a subscribe if you want to obviously see my ugly face a bit more often, and keep gaming. Peace.